Last year, I walked into a record store and met an illiterate man with a cigarette pressed between his lips. His name was Maurice. He picked up the album Destiny by Jackson 5 and asked me to read the lyrics to him. It made me realize that collecting records is more than just a hobby. It is an experience that brings people together through the love of music.
My name is Austin. I've been collecting records for about a year and a half.
My name's Charlotte, and I've been collecting records as long as my dad has.
Hi, my name is Professor Drew Dalton. I'm a professor of philosophy at Dominican University.
My name is Cassidy, and I've been collecting records for about a year now.
I'm Maureen Thomassen. I don't really know how long. I've started actually when I first moved out when I was 22. I started stealing my parents' records from their collection, any doubles that they had.
Everyone has their own experience of collecting records, whether it be lining up in front of stores for new LPs or flipping through crates at Goodwill. There's a special event called Record Store Day, which happens twice a year. On this day, exclusive records are released in limited quantities and are sold strictly at local shops. People often wait in line for several hours before the store opens.
My dad really likes records, but we can only find a few that he really wants sometimes. So I think we came here to get exclusive ones.
I have been collecting records since I was a child, actually. So records were still the sort of dominant form of music when I was a kid. They switched over to cassette tapes. Maybe in like the early 80s that became the dominant form. I loved cassette, but I still kind of liked getting the vinyls when they were released. When CDs came around, I eventually reluctantly switched to CDs, but I still kept my vinyl. And then when I finally kind of finished graduate school and was actually more of an established person with a salary, I went back to collecting vinyl.
I thrift for records. I don't really have the money to buy a bunch of new records, so I just go to Goodwill and thrift for them. I want to find some really cool ones. I found Cheap Trick and Boston and Journey before. I want to find more like that. Well, I think it started with collecting CDs, and then it just grew to more forms of media. I mean, records are a lost form. I thought it'd be cool to revive that.
Have you participated in Record Store Day?
Yes, I think every year. I don't remember when it officially started. Definitely in the late 2000s, I think, but every single year I've participated, except for this past year my husband went for us, so I had to work.
I haven't. I was supposed to this year, but something came up, and I still want to next year though.
You want me to go into what I'm hoping for exactly?
Yeah.
Hoping for a few different ones, mainly Gorillas. Maybe the Breaking Bad soundtrack. The Office soundtrack is coming out too. That's going to be the Stapler Red, so I'm excited for that one too.
I think Record Store Day is a really cool way of driving excitement and attention to the vinyl collecting community. But it's a madhouse. There are people in my neighborhood, my local record store, which is Dusty Groove on Ashland. They were setting up chairs outside of Record Store Day the night before, and man, that is not my scene.
While Record Store Day might not be for everyone, it still holds great significance in the vinyl collecting community. Not only does it bring excitement, but it also drives sales. According to the Nielsen Music Report, independent record store sales spiked over 200% during the week of Record Store Day in 2018. This major spike in sales shows the comeback of vinyl today.
I think a lot of it is just the physicality of it and just the memories that I had of growing up and looking at the covers of the records that my parents owned. The Beatles, Led Zeppelin.
Nobody really has records anymore. Nobody really uses records, and they're just cool to me, and I thought I would give it a shot.
I think part of what I love about collecting vinyl is precisely the archival element of it. I love going into a record shop and spending hours in solitude just sifting through things, discovering new things, and then thinking, oh man, if I get this, I'm going to have to get rid of something at my house. What am I going to get rid of?
I think it's just a really cool art form that doesn't get as much attention as it deserves.